Number one dangerous thing that you might be doing that's blocking you from attracting your soulmate. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and when I learned this thing, I attracted my soulmate into my life. My life has never been better. I feel happier, healthier, more in love. My business has grown more than ever before, and it's all been a product of identifying this one thing so my soulmate could come into my life and amplify my life. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and it'll work for you too. Okay, so here it is. Don't place your responsibility of happiness on somebody else. Don't place the responsibility of you being happy on somebody else. Prove to yourself that you can be as happy, healthy, and fulfilled as you can possibly be on your own. Say to yourself, I'm deciding in this moment that I do not need a soulmate, a romantic relationship, for me to feel whole. What we're told is the idea that when two people come together in union, whether that's a wedding or just a commitment to one another, what we hear is that it's two halves that make a whole. They become one. And what I learned the hard way is that if you're dependent on somebody else to make you happy, now somebody else can make you feel good, somebody else can make you feel appreciated, someone else can make you feel pleasured, but nobody else can make you feel truly happy. And what happens is we want a soulmate, we want a romantic relationship really bad. And we come from a place of, I need this thing for my life to be whole. If I don't fall in love, like, what's the purpose of my life? How am I going to be fulfilled? How am I gonna, if I don't get to have a family, or if I don't get to fall in love, if I don't have to get to truly meet my soulmate, how am I going, like, what's the point? And when you come from that energy, even if you attract somebody into your life, it's going to be what I call a recyclable relationship. A recyclable relationship is when two halves come together that aren't totally whole and they believe the other person is what they need to become whole. And when that happens, the relationship is built upon dependency and need. So it becomes recyclable. And now maybe you can think of a time in your own life or somebody you might know that's constantly recycling relationships. Constantly recycling them. Maybe you could think of somebody that every year, every 6 months, every 3 months, every 2 years, there's a new relationship. There's a new romantic relationship. And what happens is we're coming from a place of you need to fulfill me. But when you come from a place of you need to fulfill me, it's not based off of truth. The truth is only I can fulfill myself. And when I fulfill myself and I live a purposeful life and I attract you as my romantic partner into my life, and you're coming from that premise too, that I cannot fulfill you, you can only fulfill yourself, you're going to lead your own purposeful life and we'll come together in a sacred union. It amplifies our life. But when we come from, I need you to fulfill me, what happens is it's a truth that can never be met. It's an expectation that is impossible to meet. Therefore, the relationship is built to fail because at some point, they won't make you happy the way that you expect them to make you happy. And when that happens, emotions aren't met. Needs aren't met, and the relationship falls apart, and then we recycle it and we find another person who can do it. Well, I think the problem was last time, they didn't like yoga as much as me. They weren't as fit as me. They came from a different part of the world, and I think we just, we weren't exactly on the same page. They're at a different age than me, and we come up with all of these reasons why the relationship didn't work. But it's always predicated upon something other than the internal truth. And the internal truth is anything in life, it doesn't matter if it's a soulmate, anything in life that you think you need for you to be fulfilled, it will never fulfill you and it will almost always lead to destruction. Now you see that all the time in relationships outside of romance. You see that with people that believe that fame or success or money will fulfill them. It never does. But when you come from a place of wholeness and you don't seek validation out of the success, fame, or money, you're able to enjoy it, but it never has control over you. And so what I invite you to consider is to ask yourself this question. How can I take responsibility for my happiness? How can I live my purpose now? How, even if I don't attract my soulmate in this lifetime, how can I live my purposeful life? And what happens is when you ask yourself that question and you start to live that out, you start to step into your true self. When you step in and live from your true self, you attract a true partnership. But you can't attract that true partnership unless you're first walking and living from your authentic self. Because otherwise you attract inauthentic relationships that never last. Now, when I really wanted to attract my soulmate, I had a relationship before my current one that didn't work out. And it was built along the premises that I discuss here. That's how I got the term recyclable relationships. After that failed, I asked myself, how can I create the happiest, best life for myself? And I clearly defined my vision of doing this work and getting as healthy and well as I could. And I said, if I meet someone, that's great. If I don't, that's great too. But I need to build a life that I'm proud of, because that's how I'll be fulfilled. Someone else loving me and giving me attention and validation will never give me the fulfillment that building a life I'm proud of will. I want to know my life meant something, and somebody else can't give that to me. And when you understand that somebody else can't give that to you, and you take the necessary steps to build a life you're proud of, you're fulfilled with, you're excited about, and it's in alignment with your true self, your highest values, your soul's mission, your purpose in life, the result of that is you attract people that are on that same path or desire to be on that same path. And then the two of you can work together to create something even more amazing. And so what I invite you to consider is that. And how can you live from that place in your life? This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and I'm inviting you to consider and let go of thinking that somebody else is responsible for your happiness. I invite you to consider dropping the idea that two halves are gonna come together and make a whole. No, two wholes are gonna come together and rock the freaking world. But the first step is for me to live wholly, fully in my true self, in my greatest power, in my greatest purpose, and take the necessary steps to build a life that I'm proud of. And when I do that, I know that I'm gonna meet the perfect people that I'm destined to meet, but I need to walk my true path. And that's what I invite you to consider. Download my free success hypnosis down below, jakeshypnosis.com, to train your subconscious mind for success, for abundance, for prosperity. If you're in fear and doubt and worry about what if I try to build a life I'm proud of and it doesn't work out? That's all subconscious patterning, and you can erase and retrain that for success, abundance, and prosperity. jakeshypnosis.com down below. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, because that's what actually notifies you for new videos. If you got a soulmate, if you got a relationship, if you got someone you're dating, share this video with them. Talk about it. How can you guys amplify each other's true selves so that you can both step more fully into your power and amplify one another's lives by first seeking and taking responsibility for your highest levels of happiness ever possible. I'm so excited because we finally finished the Second Mind Neuroprogrammer. Every day from all over the world we get people with the most amazing manifesting stories, attracting more money, health, love, happiness, because your brain is wired in a certain way, and if you can change the way your brain is wired, you can change your life. And we created a tool that's designed to do that. You can demo it for free. TheSecondMind.com down below. TheSecondMind.com. Go ahead, demo that. Have a beautiful day. Share this with somebody that you love. Go out there, rock your best life ever, and good things will meet you along the way.